Hey, I'm John Paul. I'm the keyboard division head at Visible Music College. That means I oversee all the piano courses across all campuses. I also teach courses on music theory, conducting, band ensembles, and Ableton Live. So today I'm going to share a little bit about some keyboard technical exercises, particularly about triads and arpeggiating triads. And I'm going to be using a tool called Cycle 4. So I have 3 exercises here I'm going to share with you, but real quick, if you're not familiar with Cycle 4, it's actually the circle of fifths inverted. So if you're familiar with the circle of fifths, it starts on C, and you go up a fifth to the key of G, up a fifth to the key of D, up a fifth to the key of A, or counterclockwise, down a fifth to the key of F, down a fifth to the key of B flat, down a fifth to the key of E flat, right? But those are all fifths. So one thing about perfect fourths and perfect fifths is that they are inversions of each other. So C going up to G is a perfect fifth, which is also a perfect fourth going down, right? C going up to F is a perfect fourth, which is also a perfect fifth going down. So what Cycle 4 does is it takes those fifths, intervals of the circle of fifths, and turns them into fourths. And what you get is C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, F sharp, B, E, A, D, G, and then back to C. So while the circle of fifths and Cycle 4 are equally relevant, circle of fifths is a little more traditional, and Cycle 4 is a little more modern. And we can use Cycle 4 as a tool to understand musical harmony, the way chords move in these 2-5-1 movements. We can also use Cycle 4 as a tool to study and to practice on our instrument. And so what I've done is I have 3 exercises here that use Cycle 4 as a guide to practice arpeggios with triads. One thing I also will say is there's a link in the video where you can download these exercises for free. And so after I play them, you can go download them and practice them on your own as well. This first exercise just takes the root notes of Cycle 4 and groups them into 3. So I have C, F, and B flat, and then I have E flat, D flat, and and then I have E flat, A flat, and D flat, and then I have F sharp, B, and E, and then A, D, G, and then back to C. So what I have is these 4 chordal voicings as I'm ascending. So I have those broken up into arpeggios, and this is actually an important chord voicing for a modern keyboardist to be familiar with. So I'm going to go ahead and play these to a click at dotted chord note equals 120 BPM. And you can continue with that pattern up for 2 octaves, 3 octaves, or 4 octaves and back down. You can also repeat those going up and down as many times as you want. The second exercise that I have here takes those same root notes, so C, F, B flat, and so forth, but plays a major triad with each root. So I have a C major going to an F major, in second inversion, going to a B flat major, in first inversion. And the reason I'm using these inversions is that it helps me to ascend up the keyboard with these inverted triads. So here's C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, F sharp, B, E major, A major, D major, G major, and then back to C. Right, so I'm going to play through this one at dotted chord note equals 120. So that's the second exercise. The third and final exercise that I want to share with you is also, again, uses cycle 4 as a guide, and it's similar to the second one, uses triads, but instead plays the all 3 positions before moving on to the next root note. So I've got C major to F major to B flat to E flat, and I go all the way up the keyboard through cycle 4. And because it goes all the way through cycle 4, I actually have to start down here on C, and then I'll end all the way up here to with G ending on C. So I'm going to play through this one. Dotted chord note equals 120. So one distinct challenge about this exercise in particular is that you're probably used to a more normal technical exercise where you're simply arpeggiating the one triad. All right. Whereas with this one, you're having to switch to the next root note, the new chord, every single measure. So I've got C to the F to B flat to E flat to A flat to D flat, right, and so forth. And what that does is it forces you to have to think quickly as you transition to the next chord shape. So those are the 3 exercises, and go ahead and download them and practice to them. My suggestion is to immediately put the metronome to them and start very slow, maybe 50 BPM, and then gradually work your way up to 80 BPM, to 100 BPM, and longer term you can set goals to 120 BPM, to 140, even 150. And over time what you will discover is that your technical ability to accurately arpeggiate triads up and down the keyboard will drastically improve. So that's it for this quick lesson. Again, I'm John Paul, I'm the keyboard division head, and thank you for watching.